right, with RockRevolt Magazine, sitting with
I'm Paavo.
And I'm Eicca.
with.
Apocalyptica.
All right, appreciate you taking the time today. Thank you. So you guys are finishing up your U.S. tour at this point in time. How things go over here in the States with you?
It's been really great. 1 month over here. Now we have only 2 more shows left, and then we go home for
Right.
2 nights.
I was gonna
Then
say.
we fly back to Europe and start the holiday season. No
Holiday season.
I wish. Festival season.
Festival season.
His
Nice.
mind is talking what he thinks.
Yeah, I would love to.
Well, I was gonna say, geez,
holiday.
it looks like that's not gonna happen for a while.
No.
Holiday, huh?
Now we've been touring with the Shadowmaker album for
Oh, 1 year. Yeah.
over 1 year, like 1 year, 2 months.
Jeez.
So yeah.
Not constantly, but more or less on and off.
It still looks like a pretty heavy tour and schedule. How do you guys kind of maintain over that period of time being on the road so much?
We've been touring for 20 years, so you get your own routines and always, you know, how you... When you get on the tour bus, like this kind of tour, like 1 month or a little bit over, you just go day by day, you know?
You know, there's a lot of different things you got to consider. For example, you should party time to time, but not too much.
That's right.
Yeah.
You should take care of yourself, you know, jogging, gym,
Eating well.
eating well, enough sleep. Yeah, we are sleeping a lot. yeah, and then, but also, you know, enjoying the shows.
Sure.
And that's the main thing that every night,
There's a new crowd every night.
There's fantastic people, and those people gives the power to tour.
Gives you that energy to
Yeah.
kind of keep
Yeah.
going and keep pressing forward.
And that's the only reason why we are here.
That's
So,
what it's
yeah,
all about right there,
yeah.
right?
yeah,
Fans.
that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So now you guys are set to re-release Plays Metallica by 4 Cellos here on
Yeah.
July 22nd. Why don't you take us through the remastering process and what fans can expect by that?
That's we had the idea for a long time that, you know, we need to do something with the album when it comes to 20th anniversary, because the album is in a way, it's a classic, it's still moving all the time, people are still buying it, the old version of it, and we just wanted to update the sound, because when we did the first album, we had no experience in studio, and we just, you know, did it the way what our knowledge was those times. And to be honest, it sounds pretty rough.
Your first go at it, right?
We were even some point we were thinking, should we remix it? But then we thought, no, it's a classic. It should be like it is, but you know, we can remaster a little bit more, update it to sound like more up to date. And I'm actually very pleased with the mastering. That it really sounds really good. It sounds almost it would have been remixed. So
Sure.
it has so much more warmness and so much warmer sound, and then we recorded 3 bonus tracks for that. We did Battery, and then we did 2 more bonus tracks, you know, with some new recordings this spring.
great.
We recorded, but in the same spirit, 4
Sure.
cellos, no drums, just the original kind of way,
Sure.
and a little bit more up-to-date sound, and you know, the microphones and everything, you know, we just brought the knowledge what we have got during these 20 years.
Sure.
And we did also video for that Battery, and you will find that from YouTube, Apocalyptica YouTube channel.
It's already out there.
It's already out,
It's
yeah.
okay.
And you should see that. Go and check it.
Check it out on
And
YouTube.
spread it.
Yeah.
Share it everywhere, right?
Share it, yeah.
Spread it, baby.
And also we're gonna make a tour, like big Plays Metallica tour next year. We just announced the European dates, so at least one part of the European dates. There's gonna be more European dates, but there's gonna be dates in America as well. So later next year. So better stay tuned for that.
You got ahead of me there. That was one of my questions, so it's answered right there. So you are going to bring that to the States.
We're gonna bring it to the
There's
States.
strong aim. Yeah.
All right.
It will happen. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Was there ever any thought of maybe adding vocals to it or something? I mean,
No, I think this is something like, you know, we've been now having vocals since we released Worlds Collide 2008. Since then we've had a touring singer always, and now we have of course worked with Frankie Perez on the Shadowmaker album, and he's touring with us. But there's something so differently unique on Plays Metallica concept, so we really want to keep it like we will on the show we will play the entire first album from the beginning to end. Antero will join us. You know, Antero will play. The guy with the sunglasses, the Nosferatu. So he will join us. So we do 4 cellos, like the very original way, the first album, and then on the top of that we will do other half of the show, like with other Metallica covers, and Mikko will join us. But you know, we not with like a regular drum kit, more like percussive. We make a little bit cool arrangement, a little like, you know, when we recorded some Metallica songs as bonus tracks for a Cult album, we already had like orchestra percussions and stuff like that, you know, Fire is Fire and songs like that. So it's gonna be like a full Metallica concept, but no vocals. So we are expecting people to sing.
So it's all Metallica.
All Metallica show, yeah.
Nice. Have you guys dipped into any of the new stuff, maybe from Metallica, like off of Death Magnetic or anything like that, or?
We were thinking about that already for the bonus tracks, but you know, then we ended up with still like, you know, a few classics.
Yeah.
Which we didn't.
And the fans love the classics.
Yeah. Even there are cool songs on like Death Magnetic, All Nightmare Long. These kind of songs are really great from the newer repertoire of Metallica.
Maybe we'll see it from you guys in the future sometime, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So now you guys obviously have done a fair amount of covers. What is the process with that as far as getting permission, royalties, things like that? Is it an intensive process, or is it, yeah, no problem, go ahead and do it?
It's actually for us it was pretty simple, because Metallica, they liked our idea from the very beginning, so they gave us permission easily. Of course, we don't get any rights; they get all the money, you know.
So
for
it's
the songs.
So we are doing the work. They're earning the money.
Yeah.
So they get royalties off of your albums? Is that how?
Yeah, you know, it's like it's basically a law. It's not a law, but you know, it's industry standard that you have to pay certain mechanicals to the composers of music. That goes automatically from every sold album. And you know, whoever other writers, they get the money. So Metallica gets that money, that money. Which is fair enough, because they wrote pretty good songs.
I'd say so, right? Yes. But you guys get something out of it too, though, right? I mean, you know, you make a living off of this, so.
Yeah, you know, it's in general, in old times when it started, maybe the royalties were the bigger part of the income than playing shows. But last 10 years, it's been other way around completely. Yeah. You know, it's like touring is the income, and that's basically it. Albums are not really making money.
Yeah, this is really difficult nowadays for all the bands there. It's hard to get the costs away from the recordings.
Yeah, it seems like that. Every artist that I speak to, they basically say it's the live shows that bring in the money.
Yeah.
And the recording of the albums, not so much. So, I mean, is it worth recording new albums? I mean,
I think there's always demand for new music, and as a musician and artist, you want to create new music.
Right.
So there will be always new releases. So I think the releases are not going to disappear. And in our case, we are planning already for you know, next releases and so on. But of course, the way how you make it, that is changing, because the budgets are getting so low. So you need to start to.
And it will be really interesting. Is there any more physical copies in 5 years?
right. Yeah, that's true.
I think I think in 2 years already there's gonna be only vinyl and streaming.
It seems like people are just releasing, you know, singles at this point. You know, a lot of artists are talking about that.
It's releasing just singles. It's not in the nature of rock music, you know.
Right.
I think rock music, metal music, it's about bigger structures, you know, than just the individual songs. And therefore there will be some kind of album structure, an album release, because also rock fans, they want to get full albums. And I think it's more the new generation that listens more to like hip hop and rap and pop and that kind of stuff, that, you know, they don't care who the artist. That has changed a lot. You know, when we were kids,
Playlists.
When we were kids, we were really tightly about the artists. You know, we were really like all about the culture and the whole scene, and, you know, personalities and everything, you know, for bands and artists.
Yeah.
But kids nowadays, they don't even know who the artists are. They don't care, you know.
Exactly.
So and that's the thing, that they don't maybe go to see the gigs as well. They're not buying tickets as well. So it's the world is changing quick, but there's nothing to complain. There's nothing to complain.
You got to move with it, right?
Yeah.
Now, have you ever been turned down by an artist to cover their song and they said, sorry, no?
No, never.
No,
No.
that's never happened.
No.
So now you guys have obviously worked with a lot of great musicians. How does that kind of take place? Do you reach out to them? Has anybody reached out to you and said, hey, I'd love to work with you guys? Or how do you go about that process?
There's been always a different story behind every.
It depends about the song.
Yeah. And the artist. So it's like, I think many times, many of those artists we collaborated, we've known from the past. We met at festivals and we talking that hey, let's do something someday, something together. And sometimes people approached us, like Nina Hagen approached us because she had the song, the Rammstein song she wanted to make, and so we made this Seemann together with her. With Corey, I went to meet Corey. I knew him, and I went when we had 2 songs. We had I Don't Care and I'm Jizz, and I went to bring the demos to him in London, and I told him, okay, Corey, just give a listen, and if we like the songs, let's do one. And so it's every time a little bit different approach. Sometimes we were even just had a great song and we were searching for a perfect voice to do it.
Right.
And that's for example how we found Adam Gontier. We
Okay.
didn't know Adam before, but we were basically on the same label. So our label said, check him out, check out the 3 Days Grace, and if you like the guy, we can approach him and see if he's willing to do the song. And so every time,
It's always a little different each
always
time.
different approach.
Anybody ever surprise you, like, wow, geez, they reached out to us and kind of blew you away that you heard from them? Or, I mean, I'm sure it's great working with all the different artists, but was there one that stands out by chance, or?
And it's been great, but
That's a good story. In the really one of the first cooperations was Dave Lombardo from Slayer.
Yeah.
The drummer, Slayer, origin, and he came to us that, guys, when you need one time a drummer, just call me.
Yeah. A few years later, I still had his number, and we were like for reflections. I'm like, yeah, we need the drums here. So I'm like, okay, I called Dave. So I called Dave.
But he did call him. He was cool, huh?
He said this stuff to me.
That's awesome.
So he made an offer. Yeah,
Nice,
okay, all right.
nice.
And I must say that once it was a really cool moment. We did the song Repressed with Matt Took from Bullet for My Valentine.
Okay.
And Max Cavalera.
Yeah.
And I was a big, huge Sepultura fan
Sure.
since I was a kid. And then one day I was in somewhere South Germany. He was on tour. I flew in, and then I was suddenly producing Max Cavalera singing there and asking me what to do. And I'm like, this is kind of strange.
Being such a big fan and all
Yeah,
that
and then
stuff,
suddenly I'm producing him. I'm like, okay.
Geez. A little nerve-wracking, wouldn't it be? Right? What about Metallica? I never see any of the Metallica guys. Have you reached out to them and they could just never do it, or it just didn't fit, or?
We didn't ever speak about, they've been very nice for us, and we became good friends later, but we already opened for them '96 first time, 2 nights in Helsinki, and that's the very first time we met them. And since then, many times we played together at same festivals, and we did some rehearsals with them when they were releasing Sun Anger. We went to London for a couple of days to rehearse with
They
them.
invited us to
The 30th.
Frisco. No, when they recorded the STM.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they
Nice.
invited us, they flew us in to see the show,
Wow.
they wanted us to be
That's
there.
cool, huh?
And also the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we played on stage, together.
Yeah.
And
What songs did you do there?
we did No Leaf cover and one.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun. And so it's been always, but because we've been never pushing there.
Yeah.
Well, they've been
They're busy guys.
They've
I'm
been
sure, right?
they've been treating us well, and,
Yeah.
and we became good friends. But sometimes I'm saying, Lars, hey, come on, you should take us on the road next time, and you go
Right,
and stuff like that. But it's not really like, okay, let's record something together.
Yeah, that'd be
It's still waiting its time. Maybe
That's
that will happen. one
maybe
day.
at some point, right?
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be fantastic.
But then working on a new album now, and
They are,
it's a gigantic work. It seems to be there.
It's been going on forever. We're waiting, right?
Yeah.
So, is there a dream collaboration? Like, boy, if we could work with this one person or this band or whatever, besides Metallica, let's say,
Yeah.
is there someone that stands out for each of you, or?
Not really. I don't know. I always years ago I always dreamed about working with Björk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool.
Anyone for you? Or throw it out there?
No, not that way. You know,
Sure.
I have had one idol in my childhood, and he was Paul McCartney.
Yeah, Marco would be great.
He's kind of that level legend.
Sure. Have you met him?
I wouldn't say no if Marco would come.
If you call like a Lombardo, then I would say that.
Hey, Paul, give him a call, will you?
Yeah. Oh. We're waiting for you.
Have you ever met him or?
Never personally.
No. So take me back to your histories here, like the cello, right? When did you start picking up the cello, and what made you gravitate to the cello?
I started late. I was 9 years old when I started to play. In classical terms, it's quite late.
I was 6.
And was it your choice, or your parents said, hey, you know, why don't you go ahead and do this, or?
You know, I'm from musical family, so my both parents are like professional musicians. And then normally in age of 6, it's a good time to start some instrument if you want to start.
Sure, yeah.
And then I had my chance to make my own choice, and somehow I wanted cello. It was my decision. Maybe some things have helped to choose the cello, because my mother played cello when she was younger. And my grandmother was also like a professional cello player.
Oh, really?
And we had one, like a big cello hanging on the ceiling in our house. And that maybe helped.
Sure,
musician.
absolutely.
And then I got small cello to start in age of 6.
2 of my sisters, they played. One played violin, one played piano, and I was hanging around on the lessons many times. And I just felt that, okay, I would like to start to play something as well. And
Sure.
cello was more like an accidental choice. I didn't think about it too much, you know. I just wanted to start to play something.
Sure. And it took off.
It took off, and still, when I was a teenager, I was still not sure that I'm going to be a professional musician. But once I got into Sibelius Academy, they have this youngster department, you know, where you get the same teachers, same professors are teaching, but it's not a university. Sibelius Academy, Sibelius Academy is the University of Music in Finland, and so I think I was 17 when I got in there, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to be.
I enjoyed a lot of playing music and learning classical, and had really good friends. We had some orchestras, and we played together and traveled already Europe, and
really?
we came to
We
America.
we played with an orchestra just next door in the Mechanics Hall. I think that was the year was
78.
92.
Okay.
Nice.
And I also played I had a school band, and I played bass.
Oh,
and
did you? Okay.
Eicca played some drums,
drums,
and even my father was like a classical clarinet player.
Oh, okay.
He was also like a big fan of jazz music and pop and rock music, and he teased me to search all those Pink Floyds and Beatles and all the classic stuff.
Sure.
And even the pop stuff. So I've always listened to music with a wide range from classical to pop, rock, metal. So I didn't find too much borderlines between different.
Yeah, sure.
So the music was with a wide range inside me. You
Well,
know.
that's good. I'm sure it helps with the band too.
And
Right?
that was one of the reasons.
I think
why
that's the core of the band.
You
Because
played
all
bass
of us,
as well,
we've grown up in the classical world in a way, but you know, always loving all types of music. So
Sure.
and that's why when we're doing original music, and that's why we started to play Metallica songs, because we love the music, and
Right.
we just, you know, we were able to play cello. So those are our instruments. So that was very.
It was unique.
It was natural and simple for us, and we were really surprised that people got freaked out like that, you know, when they heard the item, when they heard us playing. We're like, oh, okay, it's all right.
Yeah, we definitely didn't have any aim for making an album or something.
No.
Well, see, that's my next question too with the band. I mean, your intent Was it to get this? I mean, obviously it's great you got this big, but you didn't
The
expect
thing
this.
is that, you know, we played first couple of years, we played just at the student parties, at student Zagreb in different music camps. And even then, some guys came out, hey, you guys should make an album. We're like, oh, fuck off. You know, nobody wants to listen to this kind of shit from the record. And then it took some time, the rumor was going on, and we were invited to play in the metal club in Helsinki. And from that show, we got a call from the small independent label. The guy was like, okay, wanted to meet us, and then he was, okay, I have one question. Are you good cello players? Yeah, we are really great. So, do you want to make an album? We're like, are you kidding us? And then he said, yeah, no, let's, I would really like to make a Metallica album with you. We're like, okay, we can try.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try. And so we thought, when we released it 20 years ago, we thought if we sell 1,000 copies and we get like 5 gigs out of it, that's cool.
Yeah.
And now we played maybe 1,500 to 2,000 gigs, and
You sold millions of records. I mean,
yeah,
geez.
sold maybe 5 million records, and only the first album has sold 1.7 million record copies. The one was supposed to sell 1,000.
Yeah. And the budget was made with 1,000 sales. So
Jeez, that's unbelievable.
Kind of a good investment for a record company.
I would say so. That's fantastic.
Yeah, because
Wow.
they're such a low budget. You know, such a low budget.
Well, that's great. So, kind of finishing up here real quick. When you guys are off tour, what are you doing?
Off tour. I'm going home, and I need to make the painting on my boat, so I get it put into the sea, and then most of the time for the summer I'm at the sea, or I'm doing gardening, sauna, drinking beer.
I have my boat already on the water, so I just jump in the boat and drive to my island and spend time fishing and going to sauna, enjoying time with my family and doing great things.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, certainly appreciate your time today. Be sure July 22nd to check out Plays Metallica by 4 Cellos.
And already checked the battery video.
The battery video on YouTube.
And share it.
That's right. Right on Facebook and all the social media.
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Exactly.
Appreciate your time. Thanks, gentlemen.
Bless.
Looking forward to it.